screw up, I'm going to be the first person to be there, and the first time you do something good, I'm probably going to jump into your arms and hug you. So that's just how I do things. I'm passionate about what I do. I'm loud, I run around, I have a lot of energy. I believe that each day you wake up, the Lord gave you a day. It can be a good day or a bad day, but you choose how it's going to, the outcome of it. So if you're around me, it's hopefully going to be a good one.
Coach, can you give us a little bit of a chronological development from the last few days, how you came to learn that this position would be yours?
Sure. Well, the last 48 hours have been kind of a whirlwind. You know, we were made aware that there was a possibility that it could happen, but really as a group, we didn't want to be a distraction to the 16 seniors that were in our football program, and so what we did is Coach Doral had said he was not going to make any decisions till after the season was over, and so we put our heads down and went. And we owed that to those kids. We had asked them to put the team before themselves, and we needed to follow suit and do the same thing. So my focus was on winning football games and getting the defense prepared week in and week out. And so right up until Saturday, I was in the locker room after the game, and that's when we knew.
Coach, is there going to be, you know, with you taking over, is there going to be any new wrinkles or anything, or is it just kind of try to keep everything, how the players are used to having it?
I think anytime you take over a program, there will be subtle changes, but you know, one thing that's in place and it hasn't changed, there's a process of doing things right. And I learned from the best. He's sitting to my left over there. He's been an unbelievable coach and a role model. You know, I don't need to reinvent the wheel, so to speak. There will be tweaks, there will be things, because with the transition, there's a change a little bit in how we're going to do things from a staff standpoint, but the overall objective is going to remain pretty similar.
Coach, you've seen through the history of all sports about the expression filling big shoes. How do you address that?
That's a good question too. Well, I can start by saying that yesterday I'm sitting there watching the national championship, just kind of enjoying my time. And my daughter made me aware that if we won 11 more games in a row, we'd have the all-time record. I was like, thanks, honey. I'm just going to try and win one game. Obviously, expectations here are huge. I can remember vividly sitting in a room with the rest of these guys on this staff and looking at each other and saying, how in the heck are we going to replicate what Coach Churchman did at this place? And the answer was, we weren't. We just had to be ourselves. Don't let me kid you, there have been moments where I've thought to myself, how in the world can I replicate what just happened? I'm not going to worry about that. What I'm going to worry about is doing things the right way, and I feel like if we do that, the outcomes will take care of themselves, and we'll continue to have success here as a football program.
First of all, I'd like to say congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And I wonder, when we go into postseason like this, it's always kind of hard on recruitment. Has anything been started yet on recruitment for the next year?
Yeah, we really start that process in the spring as far as identifying players. We have a hot list that we update continually through the fall. We've had offers out to certain kids. We've also gotten commitments from those kids. So, you know, one thing that helps tremendously is to have the stability of the staff in place. I'm not losing an entire group of people, I'm losing one. And Coach Doral, don't let me underestimate that, has done an unbelievable job. And I'm going to have very big shoes to fill, but it's really lessened because of the staff and the support that I have around me. So the next objective for the next few days is we'll finalize our recruiting board, which is what we always do at the conclusion of our season. We'll take Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and part of Friday to do that. we'll have that long weekend off, and then on the 26th, a lot of these assistants will be out in the homes of those recruits, finalizing official visits.
I know it's a little early in the process, but any idea who might be filling your shoes as the DC?
I'll let that, right now, I'm going to continue to call the defenses. I feel like as a transition, that's in the best interest of our football program. But I'm going to expand some roles on the defensive side. So there's going to be some collaboration there.
Coach, what did Adam Dorrell, kind of last minute advice to you before he left? What did he kind of tell you to kind of give you a smooth transition?
AD and I have a pretty good relationship. He was a player here when I was a graduate assistant, so I've known Adam a long time. And when all this happened 6 years ago, all we could really turn to was one another. And we relied on each other pretty heavily. And, the thing he told me is just be yourself. And, don't try and be me, don't try and be Coach Churchman. And I had kind of learned that, not in as grand of a scale as he had to, but filling the shoes of Scott Bostwick wasn't an easy thing to do either. And more than anything, he said that. And he's just said, continue to trust your instincts. You have phenomenal instincts. You're a great football coach, and you're going to make a wonderful head football coach.
Coach, you spoke about the awareness of the possibility of the change taking place, but did it feel awkward to you at all that the announcement was taking place the same day that the national championship was being celebrated?
No, not at all. The hard part, in our business is just the timing that this stuff happens. So at the conclusion of the regular season, there are schools that open jobs, and those jobs have to be filled because recruiting happens, and so the timing of it is, for a football coach, very, very natural. Coach Dorrell, which I think is a tremendous testament to him. That's a tough position to be put into, and I think and I'm speaking for him a little bit, I think that he had the best interest of our kids at heart, and that was what was important. To have an opportunity to go play for a national championship and get on a run, although lately around here seems to be commonplace, is a pretty special thing. And for those 16 seniors, there's not a next year, and there's not a whoops, and there's not a second chance. And so we owed it to those kids to do it, I think, exactly the way that it transpired. And had he done it any other way, because at the end of the semester, there's no time. School's open. Those kids will all go home after the national championship, so it was really the only opportunity that he had to visit with those student athletes and tell them and share it with them himself and kind of convey what his reasoning was. This amazing opportunity to be named the head football coach at Northwest Missouri State is an honor. This opportunity has been a dream of mine since 1995 and 1996, when I was sitting in our back offices that the GA's now affectionately called the trailer park. We dreamt of the idea that maybe we could potentially someday be the head football coach at this place. We were witness to something very special that was happening, and we knew it. And that dream turned into a goal, and today that goal's a reality. I'm blessed beyond belief to have this opportunity, and it's one that is going to be one of the highlights of my life. Having said all that, I'm just one part of the overall puzzle. A head coach is only as good as the assistants that surround him, and I am very proud today to say that every member of our full-time staff is remaining at Northwest Missouri State. floor, Chad Bostwick, Joel Osborne, and Brandon Clayton are program guys who understand our culture. They're friends, and they're unbelievable football coaches. And I couldn't fathom having a better group of individuals to surround myself with. I'm going to rely on you guys heavily as I make this transition from defensive coordinator to head football coach. And I'm just really proud to have you guys on my first staff. For as long as I can remember, all I've ever wanted to do is either be a football coach or a professional football player. If you look at my stature, the latter is probably not going to be the case. So I had a mom and dad that were very supportive of me, and they allowed me to dream. I just wanted to take a minute. They hopefully are watching someplace and tell them thank you and that I love them. I want to thank three men who have had a tremendous impact on my career. One was Jim Krieger, the former head football coach at Dana College in Blair, Nebraska. Jim gave me my first chance to really, delve into the college coaching profession. He gave me a lot of responsibility and not a lot of pay. And I treasured those memories and the things that I was able to do. There were a lot of lessons that I learned that I carry with me each and every day. Second is Coach Mel Churchman, who gave this kid 2 opportunities that I'll be forever grateful. He trusted me to come here in 1995 as a graduate assistant football coach for 2 seasons, and then hired me back in 2004. Coach T, I love you, and thanks for everything you've ever done for myself and my family. Whew. The last one. I have a feeling he's watching today, and I think he's smiling. To Scott and his family, I love you. Finally, I want to thank my wife Sarah and my daughters Grace and Kate. Often their sacrifices in this profession get overlooked. I appreciate your support and your love. And to Sarah, of all people, I wouldn't be here today without you. Thank you. To the Maryville community, former players, faculty and staff, parents, fans, and alums, your outpouring of love and support has been overwhelming. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. My staff and I will work tirelessly for our football program. The expectations around Maryville are high, and they should be. We are one of the premier football programs in the country. Having said that, we will not measure our success on wins and losses. Instead, we will immerse ourselves in the process. We will continue to focus on the details, on the little things that allow greatness to happen. We will graduate our players. We will give back to the community. We will be positive ambassadors for this university. We will stress family. We will strive for excellence in everything we do on and off the field, because that's the Bearcat way. On the field, we will be tough and physical. We will be disciplined and fundamentally sound. We will play to win, and we're going to have fun doing it. Northwest is my home, and I am very proud to represent this university as its head football coach. We have a lot of work to do, and I'm looking forward to hit the ground running. Thank you for your time.